Last time, on Sinking City, he tells me where I can get a dive suit. And I'm off. On my way to get the dive suit, I make a little detour through an infested area. What the hell hit me? The fuck was that? What the hell was that coming from? Are you invisible? The thing was invisible. More spawned. Bullets are scarce, so I did the only smart thing. Run. This is crazy dangerous. Jesus. What are those things? And are they the real monsters? Or are we? Hey. You were just about to shoot him. You trying to fight me? You actually trying to fight me?
Call an ambulance! But not for me!
I guess living in a city like this really takes a toll on the mental. Some more than others. No, don't do it! I try to save him. But is it even possible to save this city from sinking any further?
What the hell?
Now that I'm done with all the detours, I finally make it to where I can get a dive suit. But something is off. I head upstairs and I find my dive suit. Doesn't look like anyone's around, so I take it. Captain Sanders said the expedition was taking place, the Devil's Teeth. So I go to the pier to commandeer a boat. I arrive at the expedition site and begin my investigation. What kind of... Along the ocean floor, I find strange architectural ruins. Strange creatures lurk down here as well. Finding the expedition site, I notice that the scientists took none of their tools. I find a survivor who seems to have gone hopping mad. I hear voices echoing in the cave, so I investigate further, only to happen upon another murder. These must be the remaining scientists from the expedition. I interrogate them on what transpired here, but he only speaks incoherent nonsense and gibberish.
Second, third, opened by the aura. You see much, yet do not see the splendid shell of the white virgin here sleeping.
They have the same infliction as madness as Albert had when he washed ashore. I take some photos to show Mr. Throgmorton. But I still have one question left to answer. What happened here?
Artifact. Was it the focus of their worship?
The expedition found an artifact that drove them mad. And the Innsmouther stole it and the professor in one go.
Now that I got to the bottom of that, only one more question remains. What to do with the remaining scientists? I have a hard decision to make, but the right one is to entomb them here so their madness doesn't spread. With that, I head back with my findings to Mr. Throgmorton. But something happened. That's not my drip. That's not my drip. Another weird dream. I awake at the Devil's Reef and change my attire. I make my way to the Throgmortons to report my findings.
Bad news, Mr. Throckmorton. The expedition members are dead, and the Innsmouthers kidnapped the professor.
Those degenerates, they dare get away.
I tell them how the Innsmouthers have kidnapped the professor and the artifact that was discovered on his expedition. After explaining that the artifact is referred to as the Seal, he hires me to infiltrate their ranks, find out what they're plotting. I tell him I'm not into politics or power, but then he intrigues me by telling me that the professor herself has been having the same visions as I. With my arm thoroughly twisted, I agree, and he asks me to take care of another delicate matter. He was supposed to meet with someone named Hubert Glover, but he didn't show, and he just wants to know why. I make my way over to the Glover residency, and I just let myself in. It's oddly quiet, a bit too quiet. After securing the area, I continue searching for our boy Hubert. And I find him dead. What could have happened here? A blood trail? A missing mirror? A safe that was easily cracked? And a mirror littered with bullet holes? A simple robbery gone wrong? Or is there more to this?
Squint cracked the safe, but Glover discovered him and shot him. Second one killed Glover.
I head back to Throgmorton to tell him what has transpired. Infuriated, he tells me to bring him the murderer so he can make an example. I go to the police station to look through their records on previous criminals with the same MO. The police aren't happy about a newcomer showing them up. It's not my fault they're dumber than a giraffe.
Let me be frank. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal in here, newcomer. Hey,
After some digging, I find someone who matches our MO. He doesn't have an address, but his accomplice does. I head to that residence. After that's handled, I begin looking for our perp, and I find some local cuisine. I make my way upstairs, and there I find him, like everyone else, dead. Just as I was wondering what could have transpired here, I have a vision. I examine the murder weapon, and I have another.
At long last, I'll fix what that old ape lover Francis did to you.
I discover a false wall with someone hiding in it. It's the man from the vision who murdered our suspect. I interrogate him about the location of the mirror, and he says the lady took it. I question him on who this lady is, and he barely knows. She hired them to steal the mirror with no further details given. When I ask him why he murdered Mr. Glover, he says it was an accident. Self-defense, really. I don't take that. He begs me not to turn him in, but I don't take that either. I head back to Mr. Throgmorton to report my findings, and he is very pleased. As pleased as he is, he still wishes for me to find the mirror. I tell him that's a separate job with a separate payment. I tell him that the lady mentioned Francis. He says that is definitely his father. Begrudgingly, he gives me permission to go through his father's belongings to see if I can see the correlation between him and this mysterious lady.
Mystery, but if that's what you need, so be it. Take this key.
I proceed upstairs and begin searching for any leads. Do you really fuck this monkey? I find half of an old family photo and papers talking about a divorce. After divorcing his wife Bethany, Francis had her put in an asylum. I wonder if she's still there. I asked the front staff whether they have any patients by the name of Bethany Throgmorton.
We had a throb.
She tells me they had a Bethany, but she ran away earlier. I asked to inspect the patient's room. Maybe there's a lead in there on where she's gone off to. I find a bottle of dope outside of her door and a shattered mirror. When I go into her room to investigate further, looks like she smashed the whole emporium. I find the other half of that old family photo and a note describing that she hired the same guy who stole the mirror. And then I get another vision.
I will find it, baby boy. I promise. Just tell me more.
Bethany escaped the asylum after getting the mirror from Glover. Next stop looks to be a factory called Randall Glassworks.
On my way out, I asked the staff what was Bethany institutionalized for. Apparently, she believes her son is trapped in the mirror. I go to City Hall to find where Randall's glasswork shop is. On my way, I make a slight detour that I don't live to regret. Jesus. In my quest to find Randall's glass workshop, I stumble into this building. I may have not found his workshop, but I found something more interesting and honestly more concerning than anything else. Why am I at the center of this? That's another mystery for another day. For now, I investigate Randall's workshop. After clearing out the creatures in the basement, I head upstairs to find some survivors.
A human face. Hold up, I'll unlock the door.
They thank me, and I cut to the chase and ask them about Bethany. They say she was here when the creatures attacked, but she got locked down there with them. As I look for any sign of her, I get a vision.
His house. Randall's house. Hold on, Hammond. We're almost there.
It appears she used some kind of magic to teleport herself to Randall's house. I guess that's where I'm going. When I enter his residency, it's completely disheveled. How do you live like this? I find a hidden passage in the basement cellar, a casket fit for a toddler. When I approach the sigil, my head is killing me.
No, my head. Damn it. I can't.
Upstairs, I find another false wall. I have an idea of what's going on.
Bethany set up some sort of barrier to buy time while she tries to free Hammond. I could remove it by destroying her ritual mirror.
I destroy her ritual mirror, and I head downstairs when I'm caught off guard.
Oh, no. You can't have him. I won't let you. You can't take the mirror. You hear me?
Bethany, calm down, please. No harm.
She begs and pleads with me not to take the mirror, to understand that she's so close to freeing her son. I tell her she's delusional and that my job is to take the mirror, so step aside.
Robert.
No, you can't. I won't let you.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka.
You thought you'd get the draw on me? You fool. With the mirror in hand, there's only one thing left to do. Report back to Robert Throgmorton. Before I hand it over, I inquire about the validity of Bethany's claims,
Disturbing book.
just to clear my conscience. It doesn't. He explains that it's true. His father trapped his older brother in a mirror before he was born. After receiving my payment, I inquire what does he plan to do with the mirror.
So, now you have the mirror. What's your plan?
to find Hammond a body fit for a true-born throne. Ponder old belly seems an appropriate choice.
This city is sinking, and the more I search for answers, the more questions I end up with. If you're looking forward to the answers to those questions, leave a like and subscribe. I've been Distinguished Giraffe, and remember to remain distinguished.